Isolation Nation, welcome to the Social Distancing Social Club. I'm Ben Gleib, here on behalf of Bubby's. Bubby's is the tastiest Jewish pickles in the world. Like Bubby's, try eating one. Great. Listen, there's a lot we could talk about, but we're not going to do that until I introduce to you and for you a man who needs no introduction, so I normally wouldn't even give him one. Except this is his birthday. It is his 30th birthday. We are so excited. The big trio. Please give a very warm welcome to the second leg of the four-legged tripod that makes up the quarantine, Mr. Destruction himself, Steve Hofstetter.
Hello. How are you? This shirt, courtesy of Zara. She sent it all the way from Australia, and I think it's fucking great. It is, correct the record, Ben. It is my 31st birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought because 2020 doesn't count, you were going to repeat 30.
Yeah. No, you know what? We gotta be honest with the people. I am 30. No, I'm 41 years old, and this is so much fun. I'm so excited. We got a whole bunch of my friends here who are just gonna talk shit the whole show, and it's gonna be great. If you want to support the show, as always, top right of the screen is our Venmo. You can PayPal at sdscshow.com, or of course you can super chat on the YouTube, or give us all your Facebook stars. I'm keeping those today. We figured out what they're worth finally. So, ladies and gentlemen,
and also, might just say quickly, shit talking Steve Hofstetter is not only what we do on his birthday show, it's the show every day. So we're just keeping it normal. We don't want him to get a big head. It's just going to be a normal show where we shit talk Steve Hofstetter a whole bunch.
Yeah, you don't want me to get a big head. You know. Physically and emotionally. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our third leg of the four-legged tripod, Mr. Chris Bowers. Everybody, Chris Bowers.
Hey, I'm in my Facebook star. I'm in my Facebook stars jacket. Everybody, let's do that. There we go. This is the Facebook stars. Like another one of these. So happy birthday, Steve! I'm excited for your birthday. We were in Vegas last year. Now we're locked in our homes, so you know, kind of the same.
Yeah, just about the same. We were on the on the roof of a casino last year, and now this.
Your birthday in Vegas is when we went to the Bacchanal buffet at Caesars, and I got so high I just ate mashed potatoes.
Those two things were unconnected. You got so high, and also you just ate mashed potatoes anyway.
I'd say I didn't eat any meat. I just had all mashed potatoes, $65 worth of mashed potatoes. But they were the best mashed potatoes I ever had in my whole life, and it was worth it.
And by the way, that's before tip.
Yeah, true.
Nobody can eat more than a few scoops of mashed potatoes. That's insane. Did you have a crazy
nobody?
amount?
Nobody.
Were they very soft though? Were they particularly soft?
Oh yeah. They were real creamy and full of butter, and I probably had 6 bowls of them, like big ass bowls of them. Like it was great.
Camilla's popping in early. You know those basketball T-shirts that just say "Witness"?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was wearing after walking out of that buffet with Bowers.
It was impressive.
I loved it. I loved it when we were, on the roof of the hotel. My favorite part, though, of your weekend in Vegas for your birthday was just when we were trying to piece together what had happened over the course of the 24 hours prior because we were so drunk. And there was the stuff with Tyson and the tiger, and there was all this great stuff. It was really intense, but it came back to us, and it was a great week, great time.
I'm just glad that Bradley made it.
Oh, that was, oh my God.
That works so perfectly into the overnight game. But I got to introduce Rachel first. Queen Rachel, how are you doing on Steve's fine birthday?
Queen.
What?
We destroyed cake.
That's so creepy. God damn.
By the way, speaking of Rachel and comedian destroying cake, I hope everybody's weight loss challenge is going very, very well. Rachel sent me a box of cake. So here's not being in this damn contest.
That is so messed up, Rachel. Thanks once again. Both of you rubbing it in our faces. Also, comedian is currently destroying own dog in 90-degree heat because he is outside. So I'll be right back.
Also, I am also rubbing this cake in my own face. But Bowers, what was the overnight game?
Well, speaking of the weight loss challenge, let's get to that first. So some people sent me, not everybody sent me their week 1 update. That's fine. Just you can send it to me today or tomorrow, and then every Friday send it to me. But Katrine is down 2 pounds. Let's see. Frank's down 3. Shelly's down 5.6. Nice work, Shelly. Megan's down 2. I am down 12.5. And Ben, have you lost any weight?
I had lost 3.3. I told you last time. I backslid. I'm now at about 2 pounds of loss. But we are brought to you by Bubby's sodium-filled pickles.
Carmel lost any weight, Ben? Has Carmel lost any weight?
Carmel also lost 3 pounds.
Okay, nice work.
Did she keep them though?
I didn't check in with her again. So a certain amount you want to really be on top of asking your girlfriend if she's lost weight yet.
That's a very, very good point, Ben.
Have I ever told you guys the prank me and Chrissy used to play at restaurants? So just see if we could get a waiter to stab me. Ever tell you that? We go to a restaurant. It's my favorite thing to do. I love messing with people. We go to a restaurant, and Chrissy would go, I'd go, I'll have a double cheeseburger with a Coke and get extra fries instead of slaw. And she'll have the salad, no dressing. And she'd go, babe, can I get the pasta? And I go, you weighed 123 pounds this morning. What the fuck do you think? And she'd go, you're right. Salad. Just to see if we could get a server to stab me. It was their faces were so great when they walk away from the table. Oh God, it was fun.
Wait, Bowers, did it look like?
When would you tell them?
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like.
When would you tell them you were fucking with them? When they came back, you'd let them walk away thinking you're an asshole?
Never. I'd never tell them I was fucking with them.
Oh,
we'd laugh, and then she'd order whatever she really wanted to order. That's how it would happen. I'd say, no, it should be the salad. And then she would laugh, and then we'd all laugh and be like, I'm kidding, it's a joke. She wants the pasta or whatever she wanted.
Before we do the overnight game, I do want to share something that happened this morning. So a good friend of mine just got me a singing telegram, but I did not know that I was getting a singing telegram. I was leaving my house and walking with Milton, and I just saw a guy in a mostly chicken costume walking toward my house, looking around all shady, holding a bag, and then just putting the chicken hat on and then walking toward my door. So from a distance, I opened up my Ring app, and I was like, let me look at what the fuck this is, because I didn't yet know it was a singing telegram. And I blurred a lot of it so that people can't, like, figure out where I live from this, because, you know, unlike Mike Paramore, this is the outside of where I live, so you can see, but I blurred a lot of it. But I want to show you a freeze frame from this.
Oh, where'd it go?
Wait.
That is a terrifying chicken. It's not even a fun chicken. That's like a Mexican wrestler chicken that's coming to kill you. It's hilarious.
That is exactly what I thought it was. I was like, oh my God, I'm really glad I'm not home to be killed by this chicken. And wait, let me show it to you again. Hold on, wait, normal, murder chicken. And, I call him. Thank God I found out what it was. Like, because apparently my friend had told them to not tell me and to just do the singing telegram. But this is the budget chicken, and so the budget chicken was just like singing telegram from, and then my friend's name, and so then I thankfully knew what it was. But I called her and I said, I explained to her that this looked like a chicken who had taken 3 buses to get here. And she was like, oh, yeah, I got the budget chicken on purpose, not to save money, but because it would be much funnier. I'm like, and it was. It absolutely was.
Okay, 2 questions. One, is it called the budget chicken? And two, is it called budgetchicken.com or whatever, where it's like chickens in shitty suits?
It's not called the budget chicken, but this company has more than one chicken, and one of them is twice the price of this one, and that's why.
Did you sing happy birthday? How was it?
And that was my second question. What was the song they sang?
The song was actually the song from Rent. The one that we made fun of on the show before, the 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? Oh, I had that budget chicken just singing his little chicken heart out.
Is he a good singer at least?
No.
Or was it budget singing as well?
Absolutely budget singing as well, while holding that green bag in his hand. That was the gift.
What was in the bag? What was in the bag? What's in the bag?
What's in the bag? Like, probably the Uber Eats order he's also delivering. I don't know.
And also, Steve, I gotta hand it to you. I love how you just used a very light, subtle touch on the blurring.
Yeah, I want people to know where I live.
I mean, Steve, I don't want people to know where I live either, but like, Ducko isn't gonna give it away. Like, you left only the chicken. There's only the chicken. There's no semblance of a home there. What?
No. Ben, what you don't understand is outside Steve's house, it has his name and all of his address and stuff, like his.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually just it's my merch. You know, like you see those things where you hang T-shirts from like bands. It's the same kind of thing.
On the fence, yeah, that's.
Steve only wants his immediate neighborhood to know exactly where he lives.
It actually on really big letters outside it says comedian owns house.
It's a condo technically, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. Comedian owns townhouse. All right, fine. All right, my point is with this whole story. My point is,
a town car and a limousine. That's what you have.
If you are ever going to get someone a singing telegram, please get them the budget one. It is so much funnier. If this guy came and was like a professional opera singer in a good chicken costume, this is the guy that like tried out to advertise for like Chick-fil-A, and they were just like, no, thank you. We're going with cows. We will not do that.
Well, actually, that is just a sign spinner somewhere in your neighborhood, and
they just handed him the lyrics and said, go over that way.
So he's back in a corner giving us free copies today from somewhere.
What's in the bag is like the flyers he has to hand out right after this.
Exactly.
I love that somebody accidentally sneezes at one of your shows, you destroy him for 14 minutes, but you were probably very friendly to the murderous chicken that showed up at your door.
Well, yeah, he's a murderous chicken.
Good point.
Like, rang the doorbell. Now, I wasn't inside, but I was like right outside on the phone. And he rang the doorbell. I was like, hey, because I still didn't know what it was. And I was like, hey, there's a pandemic. I'm not going to open the door for a stranger. But what I meant was a strange chicken. I'm not opening the door for a strange chicken.
Okay, what percentage of you thought this was that dude from SEAL Team 6? What any fucking thought that this is SEAL Team 6 and that's how good he is? He came in a budget chicken outfit to take off his head and shoot you in your dumb face?
But what he didn't know is I had escaped before he got there.
The second thing that he said to you was, you told us to bring out your dad, right? I mean, that's an intense chicken, dude. Holy shit. By the way, wait, hold on, Steve, can you pull up one more time that background?
Yeah, sure. If you tell people my address, you motherfucker.
I would never tell people your address. But I do just want to point out one thing. If you guys look clearly behind the chicken, you can see that's clearly a northern wrought iron gate. And if you mix that with the juniper hedge that's right there, that combination only exists in
the entirety of Los Angeles. That's everywhere in LA. So
that's
it could
true.
Anywhere. Steve lives in LA. Everyone, we figured it out.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I'll show you. This is my living room, so it's easy to find me.
A couple things come in about the chicken. We had Buns tipped the show $5 and said, "I believe it's Psycho Chicken."
I just thought, by the way, that freeze frame looks like the chicken is just standing there staring at me. That wasn't just the freeze frame. That happened for like 30 seconds. Like that guy was standing like that for like, and I assume he was checking the address, but that's fucking terrifying. It was, I don't know how it was the best present and the worst present I've ever received at the same time.
I also love that the general public does not know where you live, but that guy does now.
No, she checked the box
tipped,
for next.
If he tipped, can you give me a warning so I can get the fuck out of here?
No, your friend checked the box for an extra $20. He promises not to come back and rob you this afternoon.
For an extra $40, Steve asked him if he could call him Judy and invite him in for a while.
All right.
Kesha
Nice.
Lee had said budget chicken, now playing at the Roxy.
Budget Chicken would instantly be Bauer's favorite fast food place if that was the name of a chicken place.
Oh yeah, if it was Kentucky Budget Chicken, I'm right there. KBC.
Are you kidding me? It's not that I can't afford it, but I get double the wings for the same price. I'm 100% in. 100% in.
1,000%. 1,000%. All right, we did have a fun overnight game. Let's get to that, and then we'll get this show on the road. It was recast a movie with the SDSC crew. So August Walsh had Star Wars, where Ben is Ben Kenobi, Rachel is Queen Amidala, Steve is C-3PO, I am Darth Maul, a hot dog. There's Emperor Palpatine. That was funny.
Hold on, real quick on that one. Did you say that Steve is Adam Mamawala?
C-3PO.
Rachel.
Oh, right.
Queen Amidala is what I said for Rachel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm drunk.
Yeah, Rachel is Danny Alabama. You got to keep that.
In Alabama.
Dally Alabama.
Renee had the Fantastic Four with Rachel as Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, she wishes. Ben as Mr. Fantastic, stretching for jokes. Steve as the Human Torch, roasting hecklers left and right. And Bowers as the Thing, the lovable big lug. So at least I'm on board. And finally, perfect lead-in Ben. Roz had The Hangover, and Bradley Cooper would be Rachel. I'm Zach Galifianakis. Steve is Ed Helms, and Ben is definitely Baby Carlos.
Why?
Just don't jerk off at the table, Carlos. Because
Why
you're
you
baby
saying
bed all the
that?
time. Because you're baby bed all the time.
Why?
You don't have the filter on, Ben. You just look like you being said.
I know. I'm just trying to sometimes act. I'm just trying to act.
This is on your reel.
That's right.
None of this is real, Bowers.
Right. What are you doing a game today, Steve? What's the game?
Yeah, we're doing a game today. To keep it with the theme, the game today is Destroy a Comedian. So, take a comedian's name and change a little bit of it so it's still recognizable. But we destroy a comedian. So something like Ben had a Bill Burnt, or I had a Pill Cosby. So however you want to make it still relevant to who they are. But yeah, ruin a comedian. So the way you do this is you can comment on any of our streams, whether it is Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, and just throw in your entry. But if you want your entry to count toward the prize and be read at the end of the show, which we would love for that to happen, do so with at least a $5 tip, whether that is a super chat, a Venmo, or a PayPal, and we'll read those up at the end. And you could win all of our hosts' albums, as well as a ticket to Nowhere Comedy Club and a ticket to SDSC.
And today, Steve, means if you want your entry to be read, R-E-D, at the end of the show.
All right, let's introduce our front row. We got a big one tonight.
I would love that video. Front row VIPs, join us, please. We've got Zara with a chicken head. Holy shit. That is amazing. We've got Dina McDonald with a paper SH. Paper, the word paper, no paper, and then SH for Steve Hofstetter. I don't get the paper joke, but I love it. Jeremy Day, a Redophile background, ready to go. Leedy Corbin looking more artistic than usual, and it says in the background, what? They have people for that.
Nice.
Love that. We've got Tam Brown in an airport. We've got Savannah Martin. No, 53C. There is no 53C. I love that. Savannah Martin says, hi, my name is Ashley. I can't read that background. It's too tiny. You're on gallery mode. Here we go. Hi, your name is Savannah. Love it. I'm missing some of these inside jokes. Okay, Frankie Angles Notaro.
Ben, just a heads up. I'm a comedian, and sometimes people watch my stuff.
Wow.
This is all from one of Steve's jokes.
These are all
too,
references
I don't know
to
if people
videos.
do watch your stuff. I mean, mine at least. I feel as though it's optional. A lot of people opt out, but it's cool. Frankie Angles Frankie Angle's floating around there for your birthday, and it says Steve Hofstetter stuff on the wall. Again, can't see it. Meg the Vest. Jessica Keibel, beautiful happy birthday tribute. The other Rachel Soy, everybody. Princess Rachel, a proud member of the Queen's Court. Love that. We have Renee Fuck, Mary, Kill Hutchinson with us, everybody, with a great series of lists, pre-made lists behind her. Wow. Curious to see that later. Laura Lone. We've got Laura Lone, everybody. We have with a bunch of hanging stuff that might be Steve stuff. Again, I can't see. It's very small. Anna, there's always
there's a theme yet, Ben?
I fully get the theme. I'm just trying to.
Okay.
So and I can't see them.
Is that underwear,
It's
a banana?
flying everywhere.
Oh, it's in the plane. That's really good. So
No.
this is all about
The Officer
planes,
Alvarez joke.
Officer
We'll figure all this out throughout the show. It's okay.
Awesome. Purple thing a dildo? What is the purple
Yeah.
thing?
I don't think that's a reference to my joke. I am not for that one.
It's stuff. There's some underwear. Safety scissors. There's a
One
fork
thing
up
is
there.
very, very clear. I need to watch Steve stand up at his birthday show tonight. It's exciting. And also, one other thing I just realized, this is a genius idea. I could hang some of my junk from the ceiling. This is fucking brilliant. Oh, shit. I love that revelation. We've got August headband joining us. Love that. Fantastic. We have Alejandra joining us with a birthday hat. Love that. Welcome.
Oh, Gus shaved his mustache, though. Look at that. That's amazing.
Holy
Long way
shit.
to shave the mustache, really.
He's got the Steve mustache from the show.
I love that. Wow.
And the Mary Santora Rodman jersey.
Yes. August has also fucked Dennis Rodman now.
It's a Magic
Brian-
Johnson jersey, which makes it.
Brian Slivka, who now really knows where Steve lives and is inside your home. Lindsey Brown joining us incognito today, Rachel style.
What is happening? Oh. Nice.
Diana Cinnabon joining us. Love that. And we've got Andrea Gordon joining us today, everybody, saying, what does that say? That says,
It's
my parents fucked until we were homeless. I've got 2 softball teams worth at home. She's the ump. We've got Kira Stein joining us, and Kira doesn't give a shit about Steve's birthday. And
Her closet is open, so she
Lauren
watches the show.
Smith
That's
joining us from a field, and Steve jumping in that field. That is Steve. That is Steve frolicking in the field. Look how thrilled Courtney is about your birthday. The background says otherwise. Reliving the days of Melrose Place. We've got Jan Skittles Johnson, who is wearing the Bring Out Your Dead shirt. Love that so much. And we've got also Natalie Renee joining us. Hello, Natalie. Thank you for being here. Thank you all. Camilla's camera's on again too early. This is ridiculous. She doesn't understand how this works. My God. Thanks for being here, everybody. How exciting. Great to have you here. Lindsay
This
Brown.
is amazing and awesome and so cool to see everybody do this. And you guys know my act better than I do, because some of these I had to like remember, like, oh yeah, I said that joke.
You know his act a
It's
lot
awesome.
better
And
than I do. Sure.
speaking of people who know my act backwards and forwards, I want to start with the guests because we have a whole bunch today and we want to get to everybody. So I want to start with 2 right now, because these 2 co-hosted a podcast with me for a year. They are some of my oldest and closest friends in the business. Please welcome both Danny Jallis and now turn on your camera, Camilla Cleese, everybody. Danny Jallis and Camilla Cleese.
Oh my God. this birthday boy. He's a birthday boy. Oh, she did it better.
In all fairness, I did film that video. Like, I flew all the way to Edinburgh just for that.
Thank God this time Camilla's background is embarrassing video of Steve. God bless him.
I tried to figure out a way to superimpose his face on your video, but I don't have anything more embarrassing than that of Steve. It's not very exciting.
That's the craziest thing Steve's ever done in his life, so I get it.
I know, it really is. And it was my suggestion, so it doesn't even count.
By the way, that's the day Steve quit drinking. He skipped, and that was it. That was rock bottom. And he was out.
Steve succumbed to peer pressure.
Jesus.
Took Camilla 14 arrests, but Steve, one skipping through a park, and he's fucking out.
It was 17 of them actually, but
Oh, my bad.
I feel like
Think about this though, Steve. If you did drugs, maybe you'd act normal, huh?
Wait, Danny, what were you saying?
I wasn't there for the skipping video, but I'm going to imagine there was a moment beforehand where Steve had to reteach himself how to skip, because that had been. Yeah.
Teach myself. You mean learn for the first time?
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm imagining, Danny, I'm imagining that Steve did a couple practice skips before he let her record it.
100%.
it wasn't one take. I actually almost called in a stunt double, but we did manage to.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we were in Scotland, so it was hard to find another redhead. So.
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't find one sober enough, at least.
Yeah. Oh God, it doesn't stop.
That's how loops work.
All right, yeah. So I hosted a podcast with Danny and Camilla called High Confidence, Low Self-Esteem. And Camilla actually coined the term to refer to herself and Danny as Hofstages.
100-degree garage.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was like back-to-back episodes, and we were basically tied up with those headphones on that are like earmuffs when it's 100 degrees. And it was like it was so fun. Let me tell you, it was like year of my life.
it was wonderful.
It actually was a lot of fun. Minus the garage. That was my one. It was very hot in the valley in the garage.
Yes, but I would throw in there, and this is a common a point of mine about Steve, which is Steve is an organizer, and time efficiency is of the utmost importance. We would do like 7 podcasts in one day, and it would be back to back to back to back, and by the end we'd have nothing to talk about. There are episodes of that podcast where I remember literally being like, what do I have left in my life?
That sounds like the end of all of my marriages. Just out of stories. Like, what the hell? I told them all. Time to go on, move on to somebody else.
Yeah, Barrett's just in one of his marriages being like, can we get a better guest for the next one? Is it? Who books this?
Hey, I've been working on getting a guest in for years. Doesn't happen ever. I don't know.
By the way, there is nothing more Steve than him on his birthday seeing a guy dressed up as a chicken in front of his house and being like, this is probably a murderer. Like, not to be like, oh, it is my birthday. It is the day this would happen. But you know murderers, they dress up like chickens. Everybody knows this classic murder.
Look, I didn't think he was a murderer, but I definitely thought he could be a murderer. It's like 80-20, this is a birthday thing versus a murder.
I mean, I will say this, Steve, and I don't think this will ever happen, but if I ever did decide I had to murder you, I am going to dress up like a chicken to do it. That's just that.
It's a great way to discredit a witness, though, because they're like, it was a giant chicken. Like,
Yeah, Yeah, like,
No
oh, like
one
a good,
believes
like they had a really great chicken outfit. Oh, no, it was a budget-looking chicken. He looked like shit. I don't know why he would have trusted he was a real chicken. I think knew he was a murderer.
I'd be like, he looked like the chicken in the bad part of Times Square.
The one that
If
did
I
that
had to kill you,
happen
Steve,
hard.
Oh,
see, if I had to kill you, what I would do is I would hire the budget chicken to show up just 1 minute later, and I would just do it in like all black, and then people would think it was the budget chicken. That would be my plan.
Oh, there, little.
I don't like that you like Bowers' plan was a joke. I don't like that your plan was like an actual plan.
Oh. Good point.
I
That's a great point.
And I think Ben is assuming eventually I'm going to be the budget chicken, and that's the other part of his plan. Is that it'll make sense. I've already said on camera I'm going to murder you. It's the perfect plan, Ben. Nice job.
All right, speaking of people who murder our hosts, Rachel, do we have anything to catch up on before we introduce our next guest?
So Zara tipped the show and said that chicken looks like it's about to drop a straight fire album. Also, I prefer a little more for my chicken telegrams because they're free range. Happy birthday, mate. And then Gus Walsh tipped the show and said for Steve from the Chicken Man. We had Davy Jones tip 10 pounds and said, happy birthday, Steve. You know me from a certain game as Lucy Athena.
That's from I play Empires on my phone. It's the iPhone game I'm obsessed with. It's great.
Nice.
I know Davy Jones from the Monkees. Is that not the same?
Oh, he was the host of Street Smarts, actually.
I thought he was a pirate. I thought he was a pirate. Wasn't he in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean? Wasn't that Davy Jones?
yes.
Rachel.
Ulster tipped the show $100 and said, happy birthday, Steve.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks so much.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And then also, by the way, I cooked this in the air fryer. It works. I just wanted to see. 14 minutes at 300. And then Frank Berman tipped the show $5 and said, Steve, you can say that the guy who showed up to your door dressed like that is real chicken shit. Happy birthday.
Oh, that's
Much
the other-
appreciated.
Oh,
All right. I want to introduce a surprise guest who was not on the list for this, but I figure someone who knows me better than all of you. The person I go back pretty much furthest with in my life, my brother Adam. So
Yes.
I'm not gonna ask you shit. I'm afraid of what you know.
Well, Adam, I'm going to say this. All the awards around you, behind you, makes me understand why Steve works so goddamn hard. It looks like you've accomplished it.
These are all just for surviving 20 years of sharing a bedroom with Steve.
Yeah, those are. We know those aren't anything that our parents made because they're not printed on a dot matrix printer.
How many hours of our childhood were spent just ripping off those little holes from the sides of the paper?
By the way, just so people know, this was not because it was the mid-'80s. This was the mid-'80s through the mid-'90s. This was well after other people had normal printers, and we were still like, oh, let's print out a report.
Adam, what do you do for a living, and where are you right now? I'm curious what Steve's life could have been.
It's interesting that you're suggesting that Steve could have had this life.
Wow. Wait. It's not. Let me ask this. Is Steve in your family like the derelict that doesn't do anything? That's like the artistic guy. Like he's the most organized guy we've ever met, who works harder than anybody. And for you, he's a layabout because he's not like a professor or some shit.
No. Steve, our family was the most disorganized family that took the longest to do everything. So I think it's more like PTSD that makes Steve so organized.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, and I think I've talked about this before, but our mother had a copy of the book Organize Yourself, and then she had a second copy of the same book on a different shelf. So Adam is actually the reason I'm a writer. So Adam is 4 years older than me, but he also skipped a grade, so he was 5 years ahead of me. and he would always judge my writing based on like people that were supposed to be on his level, which is, let me just say, Adam, a shit thing to do, but it helped eventually. It definitely helped eventually. Because I could never catch up to him, but I was always like 2 or 3 years ahead, because I was always trying to be like 5 years ahead to try to catch up with him. And I was always so proud, and I would come home and I'd have like an A on some creative writing assignment, and I would show it to him, and he'd be like, "Yeah, it's pretty shitty," and then mark it up. And now he's an English teacher, so, you know, it works.
Wait. So you're saying that you are such a nerd that you got bullied by him, like going, "You call this a metaphor?" Like, that's what's happening. That's how he picked on you, was by grading your papers? Oh my God, what a terrible older brother. Jesus Christ. Like, I put my little brother in a Indy 500 tire and rolled him down the fucking stairs, and your brother's just correcting your papers? That's adorable.
I love that, Bowers, you just said you physically assaulted your little brother and you called Adam terrible for trying to get me smarter.
That's the joke I'm making. I'm saying I was terrible. He was a great older brother. That's amazing.
Okay, I thought you were saying he was terrible.
Oh, I was being sarcastic. He's the
all
best.
Right, just
older
making
brother.
Sure.
That's the best bullying I've ever heard.
Dude, like, I don't know if you
make me meet girls and stuff and make them like me. Oh, it was weird. Like, what?
Also, Adam, how do you feel about the fact that your brother created this show just so he could do drugs in public?
Adam, did you know about that?
I did not.
So it was just on 420, we did a charity episode, and I smoked pot for the first and only time.
My mom was definitely watching that.
No.
Yeah, I did. And in fact, I posted it on Facebook that I was going to do it because it was for charity and trying to raise money. And I posted it, and in it I was like, you know, with apologies to my mother, here's what I'm going to do. And Mom actually commented on it and said it was a wonderful thing I was doing for people. And I was like, who hacked her Facebook?
You guys need to know, our mom doesn't even drink coffee.
By the way, this is something Adam did. So Adam, you know, I don't know, Adam, when did you start drinking?
20 minutes ago.
Today? When did I start today?
No. I just mean I remember on your 21st birthday. So we never had alcohol in the home, and you know, neither of our parents drank. We never had alcohol anywhere. It wasn't like even like, oh, you have a bottle of wine to entertain guests when they come over. There was nothing in the house. And on Adam's 21st birthday, he put a fucking 6-pack in the fridge. It was very, very badass. Just a very like, you can't fuck with us kind of thing. And so like that is how we grew up.
I've seen Steve high in person.
What?
I saw you high when you got when you cut your finger. You got drugs from CVS, and when I tell you Steve was rolling all over my car, it was the funniest thing I've ever heard. He cut his finger, and we had to get him pain medication, and he was so upset. And then all of a sudden, we were in the car, and it's just like, because Steve is so type A, and all of a sudden to see him be like, you know, I think it's gonna be okay though, and just like, pull it out. It was amazing.
So Adam, do you have a favorite Steve story from childhood that is the best one?
So many.
Give us your top 9.
I mean, any family vacation made a great story, because our family vacations were terrible. I'm not going to say that we were poor, because we weren't exactly poor, but our favorite restaurant growing up was called Budget Chicken.
Kind of was. It was Roy Rogers.
I love Roy Rogers, by the way. That's a great restaurant. You get them on the
That
turnpike.
used to be like a big meal out for us, and there was once where
That was
there
like
was
a
a
fancy
family.
celebration. We would go to Roy Rogers.
There was a family that we
sit on the
always saw
saddle?
there that we would call the Roy Rogers family, because every time we went there, they were there. And we would always refer to them as the Roy Rogers family. And I remember once when Adam pointed out, like, hey, you know, they see us always here also. Maybe to them, we're the Roy Rogers family.
We were the Rogerses.
And is that apostrophe S? Is it S apostrophe S or is that just S apostrophe?
This is my time off, man. I worked a full day today.
Well, we appreciate you having more students here on Zoom, as I assume you have to deal with now. So, which vacation story were you telling?
So I think my favorite / least favorite of our family vacations was the one when we went to Cooperstown. And if any of you have been to Cooperstown, it's famous for the Baseball Hall of Fame, which we did go to. It is significantly less famous for the Farmers Museum, which we also went to. I have to say, as a 14-year-old, there is nothing more exciting than a museum about farms when you live in Queens. And then, like pretty much all family vacations, there was an enormous fight on that trip. Actually, there were a couple, because at the Farmer Museum, they did this thing where they put you in like period farmer costumes, and then they take your picture, and then they give you this old-timey looking picture of you as a farmer family. And so we're wearing the farmer costumes and we're taking the picture. And I said something about how Steve looked like a farmer. And the woman taking the picture got very insulted by this comment.
Cultural appropriation, I guess.
To this day, I don't know what. She put us in the costumes. This was to look like farmers. And I said, wow, you really look like a farmer. And she couldn't hold in her disgust with me. And she said, you know, I'm really getting hot under the collar from your comments. That is a direct quote from this farmer photographer museum woman. And, you know, to this day, I deeply regret my actions.
I think she was insulted that she was like, he's no farmer. How dare you? City kid, we can tell.
She was right.
You're sure your parents didn't take you to a farm?
That was a different trip.
The place that they took us to stay at was actually called, like the hotel was actually called Fieldstone Farm. It was like this weird like motel on a farm. And yeah, that's how we went to go see that. That's how they tricked us into going, because they were like, we're going to go to the Baseball Hall of Fame. And Adam and I were like, yeah. And then they're like, here's the farm. And we're like, what the fuck is this?
No. I think I was onto something here. I think your parents rolled up on a regular farm and the Jewish parents were like, can they put on the clothes? Put on the clothes. You look like a farmer. You look like that guy. And you were like, farm, making fun of people in a big city. Not cool, dude.
Jeremy Day in the comments just said, was there a barn to be wild ride? We must have said hot under the collar sarcastically for 15 years after that.
Oh yeah, I love when that shit happens.
Adam, I know Adam did an open mic once and was very, very good. It's something that my sister Sharon also did, and I always feel a little sad that you didn't join me in comedy, because you could have killed it.
Thanks.
Timing, you have good timing.
I don't know what to do with that.
You're already funnier than Steve. You're already funnier than Steve, Adam. So the 10 minutes I've known you, I'm like, fuck, I see where Steve gets it. This dude's looking quick.
And he's won more awards.
And also, if you notice how nobody is heckling him, it's just something about this Hofstetter that commands respect.
We had a question for Adam that had come in.
Cool.
So Ron Gould tipped the show and said, "Tip for the show and happy birthday, Steve." He's like, "I need to know where Adam stands on the Oxford comma."
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm
Yes.
I'm all in. I'm all in on
Yes.
the
Okay, this gets brought up a lot, and since you're a teacher, maybe you can help me. What is an Oxford comma? And I'm being serious. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
People make
really
fun
get
of-
it either. I've read a whole article on it. And I don't know what it. I can't remember.
Oh my God.
Adam, I'm really sorry that these are my friends, by the way. I tried to do better.
It's okay. I'm getting overtime now. This is fine. So when you're listing things, it's the comma that goes right before the word "and"
Oh,
or the last thing. So a lot of people don't put that comma in, and then sensible, smart people put that comma in.
yeah, you need that comma. Of course, 100% you need that comma. Otherwise, it looks like the last two items is like a team, like Bartles and James or some shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We call that the highfalutin comma in my fucking family, but I guess I can try using that.
You guys are
You
a bunch
fancy?
of
Don't be
farmers.
putting the comma after the and then I get slapped. That's what happened. Grammar Nazi.
All
I
right, we had a
never
couple
visited
more
you on your
things.
farm, Bowers. I apologize.
I'm hot under the collar.
We had Zara tip the show and said the Aussies are listening to this right now, and all we can think is POV cunt.
Pav cunt. It's an insult for poor people in Australia.
Oh.
And we also had Brandon Harold tip the show $2. Happy birthday, Steve. I'm turning 32 tomorrow.
Thank you much. Happy birthday.
Savannah Martin, $44.44, and said, "Steve, you have a 44-second video from 11 years ago with 1,082,716 views. And on that video, someone commented 7 years ago, you were going to have a great career in comedy, Steve. Hope you get your big break. Your videos are absolutely hysterical."
Thank you, Savannah. I enjoy your statistics. And hopefully it gets a couple more views. Oh, nice. That is an old joke. Holy shit, that's a deep cut. That's hilarious. That's one off my first album.
And also, I would just like to point out, in contrast, I have an hour special that on YouTube from just recently that has like 11,000 views, and I think probably some comments that are like, "You should quit."
Adam, I know you have to go. I very, very much appreciate you being here. This was so cool to have you here, and such a fun thing. And thank you for not telling worse stories, because that gave me a little heart attack when they were like, "Do you have any stories about Steve?" I'm like, "He has none. Oh, he's cutting out." Adam, is there anything you'd like to leave us with?
No, I think you should give Fieldstone Farm a call and let them know that all the people who have suddenly made reservations there in the last 10 minutes, they owe you a little kickback. Nobody knows where you live, but everyone's going to Fieldstone Farm this weekend.
God damn it, that place is still in business.
Yeah, it is.
What'd you say, Ben?
To terrorize that poor family over and over again.
Yeah. If everyone could go there dressed like a farmer but with big collars, don't tell them why. Adam, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
All right, happy birthday,
buddy.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Rachel, do we have anything to catch up with before I bring someone else on?
Just a couple things. So Tesha just tipped the show and said, "Adam, is your brother a good comedian? Is he the funny one in the family?" I think we answered that.
I'm the third funniest of 4 kids. But by the way, there's a big fucking gap after 3.
Aww.
You guys really took that seriously.
Wow.
Holy shit.
We just feel like we know Miriam now, and calling her unfunny seems mean.
She's not funny. It's not everybody can be everything. It's fine. It's fine. Everybody knows she's not funny except her. She still doesn't know. Don't tell her.
Everyone can be everything is a great shirt, Steve.
Rach, what else we
All right,
got?
last two. So Damien tipped the show and said, "Happy birthday, Steve." And then we had Brian Harold tip the show $5. What does a puppy and a nearsighted gynecologist have in common? They always have a wet nose. I didn't want to read that one.
By the way, Rachel, next time if someone tries to tell a joke in the tip, just read the setup, and then we'll just fucking ignore the punch.
Also, technically, it would be farsighted, so it doesn't matter. But it's just a joke.
All right, we're caught up.
All right.
I don't read lips.
Next,
I don't
special
read
guest
lips.
that I would like to introduce, someone who has been on the road with me longer than any other comedian. We've done the road off and on for I think 8 or 9 years. Andrew Rivers, everybody. Andrew Rivers.
Hello.
Up, Riv,
How
man?
are you, Steve? Happy birthday.
Thank you much. Where are you coming to us from?
I'm in Portland, Oregon. It's going to be a riot tonight. You got to come out to the show.
Oh, that was Andrew. Thank you so much for joining us.
Right.
I'm so happy to have you here.
I just ruin things. That's what I do. I'm happy to be here.
I love Andrew. I love when people wear the mask around their neck when they're like if you go back to Andrew, like, so they do the mask. Yeah, I like that. And when you're a fun guy, just put it back down. It's like whenever I see a fun dude in one of those, I think you look like a Frisbee dog. Makes me happy.
Throw it. Well, there's a special guest in my room with me, so I had to be safe. And
I'm a dog. I am a dog.
Hey, it's Corey Michaelis, everybody.
Got a 2 for 1 here.
My buddy. Happy birthday, Steve. I'll let Andrew do his jokes. I just wanted to say hi.
he got the best part of this gig is just to say hi and then leave.
I do have a quick story later if there's time. All right. Have fun, everybody.
That wasn't Corey. That was a video that we looped for the background. Yeah, I wanted to say happy birthday, and you're I guess the best compliment I can give you is that you're a good man. You're a good human.
Wait, what is someone doing?
I don't know.
Can whoever's doing that fucking
don't
stop
hear
it?
You're ruining my sentimental moment with my friend.
Anyway,
Don't
it's
be
great to
sentimental,
have
Rivers.
Andrew Rivers on the show. Thanks, Andrew, for being here.
It's great. Totally.
Yeah, we didn't
It's
have you
fine.
come on to say
I'm
nice
really.
stuff, dude.
Oh, I'm supposed to make fun of him?
Well,
I
you're supposed to tell
didn't
a
get the
funny
memo.
story about one time where you guy was a dick or something.
He's well, you told me to leave those stories out, so they told me nice things. This is a testament to Steve's character. Is that there's not many humans I could spend 3 weeks in a van with without murdering him. And I'm not saying I want to do it again, but Steve and I have toured for long periods of time together without murdering each other. So.
Yeah, he did send a chicken to my house, but aside from that,
Yeah.
Andrew,
But I wanted to tell a story about the time Steve was very nice to me. It was 2014, and it was my first time being booked in New York City as a comedian, just a bunch of random shows. And I was booked on a popular show called Cabin, which the booker specifically hated Steve. And
sure did.
But she sent me an email. I actually pulled up the email, and it says, "Hey, sorry for the delay. See you Thursday, 92 2nd Ave, BT 5 and 6." And that was all the information that was given to me. And I was like, well, I know it's Thursday, but I don't know what any of those numbers mean. And I've never really been to New York City, And so I emailed Steve. He has nothing to do with this show. We're also barely friends at this point, And
And now.
I just go, yeah, and now, yeah, absolutely. Corey tagged the same joke that you did at the same time. It was pretty fun. But so I emailed Steve, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I actually have the email. No, this is by the way, putting you on Cabin. It's Manhattan. It's between this and this. By the way, don't mention you know me. She hates me in all caps. or maybe mention you know me for entertainment's sake, but don't mention you like me. And that was nice. I didn't have to lie to her. And
Steve, you answered his question? You didn't just say Google it?
Well, because it was written
Every time I've ever
cryptically.
asked you a question, any time ever, I'm like, hey, what time's the show? You're like, Google it. I'm like, we're next to each other in a hotel room. Just tell me what time it is. You're like, Google it. I'm like, God damn it.
I'm trying to make you self-sufficient. Andrew is self-sufficient for the most part.
hey, Steve, what are these bumps? I don't know, Bowers. Google herpes. It's fine. Just, I don't want to look anymore.
Fair point. Yeah, you're right. I guess that I was getting too personal. You're right. You should answer my question.
Andrew, question for you while we still have you here. So the first time we worked together, you were in comedy for what, like a year and a half?
No, I think it was about 2 or 3 years. You were headlining Tacoma Comedy Club, and I was the feature canceled, and so the booker was my friend, and he was like, oh, this guy has a huge email list. He might be a good guy to know. And I didn't know any of that. But you were hanging out, talking to all the comics knew you were like a booker or whatever. You owned Morty's at this time in Indianapolis. R.I.P. And so all the comics were gathering, and I knew to be like, I'm not going to be a weirdo about it. But you mentioned to the comics, you go, oh, you just go on the website and there's like a booking form you fill out. And so I was like, oh, I'll make a note of that. And then like 2 days later, I went online, I filled out the booking form, and then Steve just called me. And he goes, dude, you could have just asked me for a booking. And I was like, I just wanted to go through the channels and whatever. And he goes, yeah, I'll book you. Just don't do that one joke. It's awful and hacky and you're terrible. And I was like, oh, I hate that joke. It's the worst joke ever. I'll never do it again. So you need good friends to tell you that you have hack jokes. So
Was it the Sprite one?
no, it was a punchline. I remember.
Start guessing all the jokes that could possibly be.
It was a joke about it was about my ex-girlfriend put a Facebook status that was like back to long and dark and it feels so good. And I was like, oh, she's banging a black guy. Turns out it was daylight savings time or whatever. And she was banging a Chinese guy or whatever. And Steve was like, it's a small dick joke. Like, we get it. Asians have small dicks. Move on. And I was like,
No,
oh,
it's
that's a
'cause
good point.
Steve had a daylight savings time joke. He didn't want you on his territory. He was trying to get.
Oh, I was trying to make.
Steve was like, quit stealing my act from.
I was trying to make him not hacky. And it worked. He's a great comedian.
Thanks to you, Steve.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Rachel-
absolutely. I mean, the bombing that we went through in the Tri-Cities is probably the worst show ever.
Oh,
but
shit.
you
Yeah,
know,
Rivers
once
was
you go through
there.
those things, it's like being in a foxhole together. You just form a bond that you'll never get over.
Rivers was there for one of the worst shows I ever had. We were doing a college in the Tri-Cities. And before, like on the drive there, we were talking about how like a lot of comedians will think they have more material than they have. They'll be like, oh, I could do an hour. And my philosophy on that has always been, how much time can you do if the whole room hates you? Like, if you still have to do your set and everybody doesn't want you there, but contractually you have to do your set, how much time do you have? And Andrew was like, I got a half hour. And I was like, I think I got 45. And so then we go to the gig, and it's the worst setup for a gig. It is a pre-Mardi Gras party where it's like these giant tables seating for like 200 people with like 30 people there. The lights on the stage, just a
It's
floor,
black light.
are all off. It's like glow sticks everywhere. The students are wasted. They all pre-gamed. And as we're about to start, they announce that there's food in the next room, and most of the crowd leaves. And then we have to go on
And
anyway.
we're performing on a dance floor that is covered in balloons. Standing in the middle of balloons. I have a photo. I have to find it and send it to Steve. But there's no stage. You're just on a dance floor with a DJ behind you, and there's instead of stage lights, it's a black light on your face, and there are just balloons and college students with those little the glow in the dark necklaces, and one guy is like twirling it the whole time.
Just one guy, the fucking
right now,
organizer
Bowers
of the
think-
event.
What's that?
The organizer of the event was the guy just like flicking a fucking glow stick the whole time.
I guarantee you right now, Bowers is thinking, "Are you kidding? This sounds like the best gig in the fucking world." Food next door,
Bowers would have done his time.
drunk people wasted. I'm in, man, 100,000%.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, so we had this whole conversation.
I have an hour 45 in that specific.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had this whole conversation on the way, and we get in the car after the gig. It's fucking terrible. And we.
I did 8 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, we get in the car, and I just turn to Andrew and I go, "You have 8 minutes. I have 23."
Yeah.
It's a
Great
long
time,
fucking
man.
drive. All right, Rachel, do we have any tips to catch up on before we introduce our next guest?
Yeah. So we have Peter Amsel, 10 Canadian. Happy birthday, Steve. Thank you, mate, for making this shit year a lot easier to bear.
Same to you guys.
Gear May, €10.41. Steve, I say this with the greatest love for you and your whole career. You're a douchebag. I'm funnier than you, and my dick is bigger.
That is either a reference to one of my jokes or someone being very mean. I'm assuming it's the reference.
I hope so. We also had Stephen Burks, £5. Happy Fiver, first-time viewer. So
thank you much.
Awesome.
Beetle Greg, £5, $2 for being Canadian and $3 for being funny. It works. And then Megan Begley tipped the show and said, "Comedians own comedians' sentimental moments." All right.
All right, let's introduce our next guest. Someone who has been basically my right-hand guy for the last 5 years, has been touring with me. I think has toured with me more than anyone else because of it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Brett Druck, everybody. Brett Druck.
Hello. Hello.
How have you survived?
The last 5 years?
Yes.
You pay me. Needed the money.
A man who needs no introduction, but whose friendship needed to be bought. Please welcome Brett Druck, everybody.
Thank you. This is cool. Happy birthday, Steve. I've already wished it to you, I think, twice today, but thank you for that message that you sent out this morning asking people to tip a comedian just to show some appreciation in a way to make spread some happiness, because I've made $873 because I've been your right-hand man for the last 5 years. So everybody just tip me. That's not true. I feel like everybody thought it was true. I did not make $873 in Steve's birthday money.
Holy shit.
So I was like, if that's true, Brett, you got to downplay that. Come on, you can't.
Yeah, how many budget chickens you can afford with $873?
Yeah, 873.
I was always more of a thrifty chicken kind of guy.
Is that one of their ice cream flavors?
No. I've people charged me because they were like, if we're giving money to people, we need to show appreciation. We're gonna send requests to Brett for money.
So you just got a ton of Venmo requests.
Yeah, I owe a lot of money. To tip me to offset how much I owe. That would be great. Is that better? I would love to tell. I didn't know, but everybody brought props and stuff. I didn't know that was like part of the plan. I was also told not to roast Steve, and so I won't because I wouldn't want to create some chopped ginger. Best I could do.
The idea that you were told not to roast me is fucking ridiculous. There's no way. You were more likely to have been tipped $873 in the last 12 hours.
But it worked for my joke because then I get to say chopped ginger. I did want to tell a story about, because I started opening for Steve like a little bit before he had a lot of viral success, And right after that happened, it's a weird thing when you start to get a little bit more famous because like people start to recognize you and you're not like sure how to. But we were getting like Cadoba or something, and the cashier behind the register. This is like pretty close to after I think Steve was like #1 trending on Facebook for a day. The cashier's like, "Hey, I think I recognize you," and Steve's like, "Oh, do you?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You might be famous, right?" And Steve's like, I don't think so." And he's like, "Hey, man, don't worry about it. You know, these days, anything can happen. YouTube." And we both walked away like, okay. And we were like, I still don't know if that guy knows who you are. We were just the whole time, we were just this ambiguity of like, does this guy actually recognize him? And we still don't know.
He does it to the next customer. He's like, I think you might be famous. And the guy tips him. This whole scam, this whole deal, just hoping to hit on people that think they should be viral. Love it.
Yeah, it's like telling everybody in LA, like, you could be an actress. You got that look.
Yep.
Brett, Brett and I oddly met on the New York City subway for the first time.
Yeah, that was weird.
Which was really weird. Yeah, I had known Brett from some of his successful Reddit stuff.
Yeah, but this is the first time he'd see me breakdancing.
Yeah. I was like, you could be famous. God damn it, man.
So this isn't the first time you've danced for tips, Brett. Is that what you're saying?
And I love that Steve saw you dancing in public and he was like, I gotta be friends with that.
You pop and locked into your heart. I love it.
Yeah. No, Brett is someone who, Brett is the easiest and most difficult person to tour with at the same time. Because like every now and then, and I've talked about this in a video, every now and then, like Brett has this thing, we call it monstering, where he just like snaps and then, you know, an hour later he's fine. He's like, oh, sorry for monstering. We're like, okay, thanks. We appreciate that. But the 90% of the time he's fucking blast to tour with. And a lot of comedians will ask, they'll be like, hey, can I open for you? And I'm like, but I have people I like already. Which of them should I kill? They always pick Brett.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like your dancing.
And nobody ever picks me for fuck or marry. Yeah, no, it's been a blast. I don't have like I don't know what to get you for your birthday, you know?
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Whoever keeps sharing audio, like we're going to remove you from the Zoom.
I'm not hearing anything.
The day Steve lost.
You guys really don't hear that?
No. Is there a chicken
What in
outside
the
your house?
fuck?
Wait, is it Rent? Are they singing Rent?
There's a chicken inside the house.
The musical is coming from inside the house.
It's a very awkward pause brought to you by Bubby's. Taste the And it literally says on, I've never seen this in my life, shake until cloudy. What kind of advice is that?
That's how you know the pickles are good.
I guess so.
Steve, try this. Alexa, stop playing music.
It wasn't Alexa. It is legit coming from the same speakers, and it like sounded like background noise. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I downloaded the new Zoom software. Maybe there's something I don't know how to do with it. It's very weird.
Oh, are you also on another Zoom call?
Oh yeah, that's right. I've been talking to my real friends.
Steve's 41st birthday is when the voices started.
If you motherfuckers are all in on this, I will for every one of you.
Comedian owns
Still hear it
now? Now it went away. Okay. Anyway, Rachel, what do we got coming in?
We have a lot coming in. So we had Savannah Martin, $14. Steve, you have a 14-second video of B. Arthur in your shopping cart from 9 years ago.
By the way, that's my dog, B. Arthur, not the actress B. Arthur.
All right. We also had, let's see, Jessica tipped the show $300, and she said this is just because. Thank you guys. So thanks Jess.
Yes, thank you.
Wow.
And then she tipped the comedians on behalf of Steve. She tipped to be split among the comics that are here in the show today. $700. And
Whoa.
for Steve,
Holy
said,
shit.
thanks each and every one of you.
Jess.
Said,
Holy shit! I'm.
Listen
And,
to what she's saying.
Yeah, let me finish. For the always hilarious, sometimes inappropriate, and curiously thoughtful laughs, genuine appreciation for Danny, Jarrett, Brett, Rob, Camila, Andrew, and Redu. Also, I used the Oxford comma twice.
Jess, that is both amazing to do for the comics that are here and hilarious to do for the people who couldn't make it. So thank you.
He still deserves. He still deserves. I love you guys. So
Thank you, Jess.
I thought that would be
That
good.
is wonderful. Thank you.
You are so sweet. Thank you so very much.
Happy birthday.
Did you include Rivers in that?
No, he said
Yes, I
she
did.
said comedians. She said
Oh,
comedians.
Okay, all right, go.
Interesting persons, whatever.
All right.
She just said for all the comedians and Rivers. That would have been great.
All right. Speaking of
Anybody
more
ever notice, by the
comedians.
way, that-
Oh, sorry, Ben.
Does anybody ever notice that Andrew Rivers' name is just 3 words?
What?
Like in the sentence, like Bob drew lakes, streams, and drew rivers. Gives me credit for that.
Andrew, is that 1D or 2 in your name? That's
He's got a gig to get to. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a couple more comics to bring on here. This is so awesome that everybody could join us. He toured with Brett and I for like a year before he got way too popular, and is absolutely awesome. Please welcome Mr. Rob Ryan, everybody. Rob Ryan.
Woo! Rob Ryan.
Rob is also. Oh, sorry. What was that, Rob?
No, okay. I was muted for a sec.
Okay, cool.
Are you also an NBA sideline reporter or color man? What's going on?
Rob is actually joining us in between jobs selling Time Life subscriptions.
He has Michael Scott's second job selling the.
What are you wearing, Rob from State Farm?
Rob was there with us in Vegas. He witnessed the mashed potato debacle.
I did, yeah. I got to meet Bauer. I mean, not meet him, but I got to really get to know Bowers, and it was really fun being in Vegas with you last year. It's just a sore disappointment this year. This is a big letdown from last year's extravaganza, but this is still a fun thing to be a part of. I want to point this out to the audience, by the way. No one was given the list of the order by which we would be introduced. So we've all just kind of, every time Steve said we have another person to introduce, I've just been sitting on pins and needles, just waiting to see if it's going to be. But then he'd give the introduction. He's like, this guy's my right-hand man. I trust this guy with my life. And I'm like, that's not me. I know that. Every time the introduction was so sappy and warm, I'm like, nah, it's probably some other guy.
Well, but Rob, yesterday we had a corporate, and it was supposed to be Steve hosting, and then it was supposed to be Katrina Davis, and then me. So I'm just sitting on my couch playing Madden, and all of a sudden he goes, he's a regular guest host on the Bob and Tom show. I'm like, oh, fuck. I had to jump. I was second.
And not only that, but just to make sure that I knew that I had fucked that up, Bowers' opening line was, I thought it was a different order, but okay, let's go.
Just because if you seemed like I was out of breath, it's I had to run from my couch. You know, I don't run well. I was in the third quarter of Madden, so I was out of breath.
Wait, you had to run from your couch to 3 feet next to your couch?
Yeah, it was a tough run, man. I don't usually go that fast.
Just making sure. You should totally do live streams where you play Madden with people.
I'm terrible at it. No,
That's why.
The more reason.
Okay, so Rob on the road with us. Rob's nickname was Bits, and the reason why is because he would do absolutely anything as long as it ended up in a punchline. And I don't mean like there are comedians who have to be on all the time. That wasn't Rob. He was just being fucking ridiculous, like anything for a bit, and it was incredible. There was one time where Rob and Brett fought, like had a fake fight at a convenience store. You guys, Rob, you want to share that story?
We did. Brett was. Are you guys hearing that? By the way, there's something going on. I know. I want to tell this Brett story. I do. I want to talk about how I like doing bits all the time. But I swear to God, I hear some. Who's doing that? I will kick you out right now.
That's a good thing you're already off the tour, because you're off the tour.
We're not gonna get to the story. It seems like, man, that's too bad. That's too bad. Actually, I want to tell a story about you, Steve, because we went last year at the birthday celebration. We got to do a bunch of stuff, and we played Topgolf as well. And I've never played. I've only played Topgolf once before, and it was with Steve. I'd never played before because it was when me and Brett and Steve were all on tour together. And we there was some gig we were doing, and we're driving by, and Steve points out from the road. He's like, "Hey, Topgolf! Hey, we should do that." And I was in the passenger seat, and I was just like, "Yeah, man, of course. That sounds fun." Now, Steve never like suggests to do things. It wasn't like Steve was like, "Let's get to the gig. Let's do the gig. Let's get back to the hotel. I gotta, Walter." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm totally down to do stuff." And I figured it would just kind of go away. We do the gig. Sure enough, after he's like, "Okay, we're gonna get back to the hotel, and then we're gonna go to Topgolf." And I was like, "Sure, man, cool." And it just was so weird. I was like, why is he pushing this? Like, he never pushes to do anything other than like get the show like as good as it can be. So I'm like, all right, yeah, sure, we go. And I show up and I play. I'm mediocre to shitty, and Steve's just fucking incredible. I mean, just perfect drives every time. He's nailing all the holes. He's winning all the games. And then it finally dawned on me. I was like, oh, he just wanted to beat the piss out of me in Topgolf. That was the whole. This wasn't like a camaraderie thing. This was a complete show of dominance over me. In case I ever thought I might be headlining one day or whatever. Then he peed on me? I don't know what was that. Why did you pee on me, Steve?
Yeah, odds are if Steve suggests something, he's good at it. That's how you know.
By the way, Rob, it was not so I could beat the piss out of you. It didn't matter who I was beating.
Also, Rob, I think I just figured out what that annoying background noise was. It was that story.
Rachel, what do we got?
All right, so we've got a few different things. So we had Ben Gleib tip $5.20 in honor of Steve's birthday. I wanted to send you this tip. Don't give up the comedy thing, man.
Love you, buddy.
I love that it was 5:20, your favorite day plus one.
The day you stopped being high was like a month later.
We also had Sage tip the show $30 and said, "Happy birthday, Steve. Sorry your brother blamed 9/11 on you back on your 22nd." Sage.
Thank you. And by the way, that's not true. It's been every year since.
We had Technics to Canadian Brett for your Venmo request. Keep breakdancing.
I see why you do comedy. Jesus.
We also had Stephen Burks, £5. Would love to give more, but I'm in danger of redundancy here in the UK, as are a lot of ticketing professionals. Thanks for supporting the show.
Thank you very much for sharing whatever you have. We appreciate that.
Megan Begley tipped the show and said, embezzled from the police party fund for the Syracuse homicide department.
Nicely done. Thank you. That is a reference to a clip that Ben's never watched.
There was also Simon Beisel, £10. Happy birthday, Steve. I could have just messaged you, but here's a tenner for you. Much love and thanks for the many laughs.
Well, thank you very much. If it comes with $10, we read the message.
Jeremy Day tipped the show. Happy birthday, Steve. Thanks for all the laughs.
Thank you, Jeremy.
And then Technics to Canadian Rob. Steve establishes dominance in weird ways.
All right, we caught up?
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple more comics to bring on, and we want to make sure we don't go too far over here. Ladies and gentlemen, this next comic, once Rob got too famous for us, replaced him on the tour. He's been with us ever since. Does a ton of awesome political stuff that I've been sharing a lot lately. Please welcome Jarrett Berenstein, everybody. Jarrett Berenstein.
Hello.
Princess
Oh my God. I've got so many things to tell you guys about. Rob, when he was talking about the intros, people coming onto the show, you have no idea how hard it was for me to stop myself from every time you were introducing somebody who wasn't me to just pop in, just like, hey! You're obviously talking about your brother, and I'm like, well, this is me. And speaking of your brother, I don't see the resemblance between you and any human with melanin. You also said that that your mom said that you getting high was a wonderful thing for people. It was charity, and I completely agree. I'm going to be doing a lot of charity tonight. I do charity like every single night. About getting high. Nobody? Okay. And lastly, I think the only thing funnier than the chicken that was sent to your apartment today are the 20 chickens you're going to get next year.
I think we should just send him chickens every day that's not his birthday. That's just
My neighbor, by the way, just to see how my neighbors will react, yes, please. Just to think that my neighbors are thinking that I'm running some sort of illegal chicken prostitution ring, yes, please.
No, they'll just think you're the chicken. They'll think that's your job. Like, you know, our neighbor's a budget chicken.
Oh, because they just come out with the mask every son of a bitch.
They just see you. There's some guy in a chicken suit leaving your house 3 times a week. They're gonna think it's you.
They're gonna say, "All right, have fun at work, Steve. Goodbye." What a nice neighbor I've got. What a good guy.
To find out where Steve lives, just get work as a budget chicken and wait.
He'll get there eventually.
It's a matter of time. You just show up to each gig being like, oh, not the one, but someday. I like also that Jarrett. So Jarrett has been with us on the show a bunch before. He is often the replacement for Queen Rachel when she can't make it.
That's right.
So he's Princess Jarrett in the. You've been renamed Princess Jarrett.
Mm-hmm. I accept. I accept with humility.
Jarrett, to see if you actually deserve the Rachel role, can you flip us all off and give us an eye roll?
Mm-hmm. What was that?
Pretty
Did
solid.
that read? Did that read? Okay.
I don't know which one of you that was.
Absolute spot on. There was a game that Jarrett and Brett and I would play on the road when we would stay in Airbnbs, which is like, what's wrong with this Airbnb? which is always fun because like whenever you stay in an Airbnb, there's always like a weird locked door or something like that. Like Jarrett, what do you think is the worst we've stayed in?
I got it. There was one that was like. It was like supposed to be like a 4-bedroom, but some of the bedrooms were clearly supposed to be like living room and kitchen and stuff. And then there was also an upstairs. There was a second floor that was just locked from the inside. And so we just had to be like, well, I guess at night is when the murderer comes out of this. He descends from the attic and just opens the door and kills us all.
Yeah.
I also
the tour
think
was going well.
This is a very
Mhm.
unique insight into a comedian's mind. We're particularly afraid of being murdered because we travel the land just destroying people in their cities and then retreating to the closest hotel and just waiting.
Sometimes
Look
the
at this
hotel
idiot.
is where the gig is. Sometimes we're like, fuck you pieces of shit. I'm staying on the 3rd floor. You guys want to just come on up? See you at the Continental
Idiot, look at this
tomorrow?
numbskull.
See
Oh
you at
boy.
breakfast.
You're never gonna find me, you fucking asshole. Get out of here.
And then we're just in the elevator with them. Just
Sometimes you're single and you even give your room number out on stage, hoping the cute girl from the crowd comes and hope it's not one of the killers.
And there's just a chicken waiting.
I feel like it's weird that I've almost been shot and none of you guys have, and I'm way nicer than all of you.
Well, that's why.
At the comedy store. Yeah.
Yeah,
that shooting.
Camilla
I
was
like
on
8
the
feet from
was on the
dude.
porch when that comedy store shooting happened.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They weren't shooting
And it
at
wasn't
you
even
though,
a
Camilla.
comic, which is unfortunate. No, we didn't know that at the time though. You know, when a guy comes running up with a gun and starts opening fire, you're kind of like, oh fuck, what did I do? What did I say wrong?
Check, please.
That person really wanted to kill at the store, huh?
Yeah.
And he did. We tried to save the guy, but that just got real morbid, didn't it? Fuck.
What the
Very
fuck
sad.
just happened?
Way to
Can
go,
someone-
Ben.
Could someone play a weird soundtrack only in my system for a second?
Don't you forget about
I love
me.
that. I love that Camilla waited an hour to chime back in with that.
I just wanted to remind you guys I'm a good person.
Rachel, if you're playing sound right now, we could see that it's you sharing.
Can't hear anything.
Speaking of Rachel, do we have anything to catch up on?
We do a couple things. So Technics 3 Canadian Brett for breakdancing lessons.
You're welcome. How not to, and then just process of elimination.
Alexander Breyer, $4.20 for charity.
Nice.
Nice.
Andrea Gordon, $20. Happy birthday, Steve. Hoping this is your second most memorable.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, last year's was great.
Never forget.
Yeah.
Jan Johnson tipped the show and said, for Steve's birthday, I upped my Patreon from Isolation Nation to Gamer. Happy birthday, Steve.
Hell yeah, Jan. Thank you. Welcome to Gamer.
And then
No one talk. No one talk.
oh, my system was frozen for a second. And then Bunce tipped $5 and said, thanks to Princess Jarrett for your Trump nuggets.
Oh, that's very nice. Thank you so much.
That's also what I call the Trump children.
All right, we're caught up.
It's also what you get at Budget Chicken.
All right. We got another comic to introduce. The most recent edition of the tour. And it's been so much fun touring with him, partially because of the Cocktown hats that he sells, which is fucking ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, Radu Bandar, everybody. Radu Bandar.
Radu, what's up, buddy?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Holy shit, you're wearing the tour shirt. Are you out of clothes?
I'm not. It's not exactly that I'm out of clothes. It's that I have so many of these shirts. I have like 15 of each size. And after the first couple weeks in the pandemic, I got sick of using them for all the different stuff. You know, I was using them to insulate my walls. I was using them like little backpacks and stuff. There was like a toilet paper run. We were all out of toilet paper for a while.
This is
But
what
now-
happens. This is what happens when at the end of a long run, I have to fly out early, and I'm like, "Hey, Radu, could you ship the merch back via the post office?" And he's like, "Yeah, no problem." This is what the fuck happens.
Oh, I thought you paid your openers in shirts. I was.
Yeah, I have a little issue with the IRS. So whenever Steve's like time to write a check, I was like, I'll take mine in shirts, please.
I always got tank tops.
Can I just cover something real quick? It's so strange to me that people think that Brett is the breakdancer. Brett, if, in a breakdancing subway scenario, Brett is obviously the little boss. You know how there's like a guy that introduces all the breakdancers and gets really heavy-handed about the tips. You know, he comes up to you, he's like, "These guys work hard. Come on, put a little something." That's who Brett is.
I saw you watching. I saw you watching. Come on.
Yeah, come on. You got a smile on your face. Look at you. My boy Antonio gave you happiness. Give me a dollar. Also, what was more Jewish, Steve's brother or the pickle thing that Ben is doing? It says, what does the jar say? What was the slogan on the jar?
Slogan is taste the chutzpah.
Taste the chutzpah. You know how like Paul Newman has his own had his own brand of stuff. I didn't know Mel Brooks also had his own brand of food.
And also, if I may illustrate a difference between touring with me and touring with Steve, as Camilla can attest, you tour with me, you end up with your shirt off. With Steve, you end up with more shirts.
Well, that's actually the thing. Even if I take this shirt off, it's just Steve shirt. Steveception up in here.
Really wish I kept some of those damn Cocktown hats now.
Oh, that's the thing. Cocktown hats are valuable. People are trying to get them all over the world. Steve shirts. I mean, you ever heard about the mark during the Weimar Republic? This is a deep interwar Germany joke.
Holy shit! Is that a stagflation joke?
Comedian owned with deflation.
No, Steve's shirts are actually probably one of the nicer ones in the game. He's got like most people buy real cheap Chinese Alibaba. I mean, the Cocktown hats that I sell are of the lowest quality material. Like it's really disrespectful to even set them next to Steve's merch.
Also, because they say Cocktown on them.
They say Cocktown, sure, whatever. But I sell them for people pay $20 for them.
This is, by the way, this is a story of me admitting that I was wrong. I'll share this. So I kept telling Radu, I was like, hey, if you're on the road with me, I was like, I do merch after the show. My fans are very generous. You know, if you're looking to make a little bit more money on the road, you should have merch. You should have something. And he's like, what should I have? I'm like, I don't know, like a t-shirt or a hat or something. I don't know. You know, whatever's organic to your act. And so the first day he shows up with a hat that says Cocktown. And I was like, oh, I guess that's organic to your act. That works great. And I say to him, I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Who's going to buy a hat and wear a hat around that says Cocktown on the first fucking night he sold out of everything he had on that trip? The first night. Like, people were just lining up and just, my stuff became an impulse buy while they bought the Cocktown hats. It was so insulting. And he had like another 100 shipped to him, and he sold all of those also.
Is that why you made the Steve Hofstetter lip balm that you sell at the merch table? That's just an impulse buy. If you were buying Randy Radu's hat.
He's selling.
Also, next year for Steve's birthday, his home will be Cocktown.
God damn it, Ben.
On top of his like really nice shirts, Steve sells all his CDs and a book, like a best-selling novel that he wrote. And right next to it is a hat that cost me $1 to buy. And you look at it and you're like, you overpaid by $1 for sure. And it just was flying off the shelf. And then one more stall over is Brett selling candy, and he's doing pretty good too. No one talks about that, but he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Like Jolly Ranchers and shit.
Whatever's at the dollar store.
This is real, by the way. What happened with Brett is, so we're doing this gig in rural Michigan, and Brett would sell bracelets at the gig. And he ran out of bracelets, and at that same gig, they gave us this giant gift basket of like this hospitality thing of just tons of candy, just a huge basket of candy. And Brett was like, I'll sell this after. We're all laughing about it, and he did. and he sold a fuck ton of candy, and
I
that
made
just
more money than I normally do. I'm selling my wristbands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
now
I was like,
you
I
should-
guess I sell candy now.
You
Yeah.
should see Brett sell insurance. He's good.
So wait, so you had one opener you drove around with in a van and another one that gives candy out? This is the
Oh no, Bowers! They're both in the van with the candy. Oh,
And another one who sells Time Life books.
The point is that Steve's audience has enough money to buy merch because he appeals to middle class people, not like most comedians who just appeal to broke dick nobodies. You know, Steve's he's got a meaningful. You know, he gets to the people that
But
have
also,
money.
you have to admire Radu for knowing what joke to sell the merch on, because you've got a range as a comedian that is very impressive, from World War II era deflationary economies to ass eating. You really cover them.
do you think they made money in World War II era deflation times?
Yeah, people don't realize one of the reasons that the Weimar Republic was actually so fragile as a federal state is because they couldn't figure out who was eating the ass. There was a vacuum. There's a vacuum of power in the ass eating, and that's how Hitler actually rose to power. We're
That's
getting.
why he had the small mustache. I get it.
We're getting really.
Radu.
We're just on a tangent.
Speaking
Radu,
of
has
candy.
your
Danny
hair
went outside in the dark.
And I've entered darkness, so everybody can see.
By the way,
Oh, darkness, my old friend.
the reason I bring Radu on the road is it's a challenge to follow that. That's why.
Okay, can
No.
I
Just
explain?
like, well, 10 minutes on ass eating. All right, let's reset the table. Here we go.
And I gotta
Set for
explain
more
one
ass
thing.
eating.
It just cut to Danny in this very dark background. He was center screen. I have a menu up on my screen that's a little dark box, and it cut to Danny, and it looked like a Hitler mustache right on his mouth when it cut there. It was very holy shit.
Nice. What's happening?
Why are people switching? All right.
Like freaks out when more than one person starts the spotlight.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Wait.
Rachel, let's catch up.
All right, let's catch up. So we've got Courtney Smith, $15. General, thank you, Steve, for continuing to bring joy into our lives. Happy birthday, you fabulous human.
Thank you much, Courtney.
We also had
Also, Courtney coming to us from a very lovely place from Steve's childhood.
Oh my God. By the way, that picture is bullshit. It does not look like that. That is what Fieldstone Farm looked like when it was built in the 50s. That's what the fuck that is.
All right. We also had Ashley D. Jarrett, thanks for all the amazing political posts and videos.
Yeah, thank you again. That's so sweet.
Stephen Burks, £5, 5 stars. Entertaining. We'll watch again. Although maybe no more super chats if there's breakdancing. We had no. Raz tipped the show £2 for headshots, Brett, not for Rivers. There's Sal Bolin, $5. Happy birthday, Steve.
Thank you.
Stephen Burks, £5. Before I go, I just want to see if you will say cockwomble. If you don't,
That's for
don't
Radu.
ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
I
Cockwomble.
think that's for Radu.
I just gotta say it. Cockwomble. Is it a curse?
It's
Is
a
it
British
like
word,
Beetlejuice?
cockwomble.
It's. I was kidding around that it was for you because I was just saying it was about saying cock, but cockwomble.
There we go.
Don Phonics. Here we go.
It didn't feel as fun when Steve did it.
Did you mean cockwomble or like touring?
Brett Steinbrook tips $10. Radu for owning it, and half on Steve's birthday. So thanks, guys.
Nice. Thank you.
Andrew Nolan, $5. Steve, thank COVID-19 for missing you live out here in rural Michigan, but I'll let you roast my friends next year.
I appreciate the
To
permission.
let you.
And then I think last one before the game. So Tam tipped $300 to be
Oh,
split
thank
by
you, Tam.
all 6 Hofstages. Happy birthday, Steve.
You Tam, that's awesome.
That's so nice.
You're welcome. Thanks, you guys.
I
We're
meant to
caught
ask you.
up.
Street
Can I,
therapy.
All right.
can I play the game this week? Can I
All right.
submit some stuff at some point?
Yeah. The comedians play the game at the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So since it's already 4:40 though, so what we'll do is I'll read one unpaid entry. The game today is destroy a comedian. So change their name into something funny. And I'll read one unpaid live audience. Raise your hand in the virtual window, in the participants window, because there's too many of you. We won't get to everybody, so apologies in advance, and then I'll read the other ones. So the unpaid one I like came from Raz, and he said Camilla Cheese. Okay, and so I'm gonna get to, I'm just gonna randomly select. You know what, Punisher, let's start with you, Jeremy.
That's actually my last name, just so you know. That's our real family name. I'm not kidding. They changed the H to an L. I was like, couldn't they go for something cool? Like, I don't know, Park or Covington, like anything else? One letter. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. Thank you for the background with the diet challenge on it. Appreciate that.
Oh, Jeremy, can't hear you. We'll get back to you.
Jeremy, you're like the sound for everybody but me. We can't hear you.
Yeah, so we'll come back to you, Jeremy. So let's go to Andrea Gordon. What's happening? We can't hear you either.
I hear them just fine.
All right.
I don't feel like that. Can you hear me now?
I can go now.
There we go.
No?
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. Mine was Jerry All Lives Matter Seinfeld.
That does ruin a comedian.
That does ruin a
For
comedian
sure
pretty good.
ruins Jerry Seinfeld.
All right. Ellen DeGenerate
Nice.
and Roseanne Bard from ABC.
A Punisher.
Nice. Let's go to Tam.
Tam.
I have, in keeping with the theme, Roseanne Bizarre. And just in honor of today's show, Penny Chicken Man. I don't know why I keep saying
All right, let's go to Jess.
Hi guys. Okay, I have a couple actually. This was fun. So my first one is Christopher Tideass. And I have Kristen keeps forgetting the words. How about Ron Munches? How about Tyler Poops? And my favorite is I saved for last, Mike Baldman.
Nicely done, Jess.
Jess, nice.
Happy birthday.
Let's get a Renee.
I had Jim Never Gonna Laugh Again.
And then lastly,
Wait, holy shit. That's all of the Fuck, Marry, Kill videos I've done divided into the lists?
Wow.
Oh, holy shit. That is pretty embarrassing out of context. Holy fuck. I love that Andrew Rivers is on the top of the kill list.
I also would like to remind
great.
people, apparently Steve Hofstetter wants to fuck Donald Trump.
Well, as Muggleton and I say, yeah, his tiny hands make your dick look huge.
That's awesome.
That's a comedian list I'm glad I'm not on.
To be honest, I just looked at it. I was bummed I'm not on it.
Still. Last one in our live audience is Gus.
Hey, I've got Daniel.
Daniel hugs a ton. And Rodney Stranger Dangerfield.
Great.
All right. And so here are the other entries. Megan Begley had Mitch head too much.
Ooh.
Oingo Boingo, long last name, had Burnt Chrysler.
Nice.
And Joe Rogaine.
Good.
Raz had in collaboration with Chris Asmo, John Malaysia Airlines.
Oh God.
There was also, what did he have? Ali Wuhan and Destroying Ben, President Steve Hofstetter. Cassie Schwartz, Richard Fire.
Seems that was a slow burn. That took a second, but that was amazing.
Slow burn is exactly right.
Yeah.
This next one, I don't have a name with it, so apologies if it's yours. Lude CK. Is there a few? There's a few. So there's Lude CK. Okay. Richard Pyro.
himself.
Richard Pyro.
And then John 8 Belushi.
8 ball Lucy.
Yeah.
Oh. That's what it is. How do you know? You don't even read these.
I don't understand what the joke would be.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
yeah, I guess
it's
it's
because it was
big,
funny.
but-
Makes sense. Mario Miser had Bean Gleib.
That's Mr. Bean Gleib too.
Jerry Kennedy, Kurt Gobang.
Well, that's a rock star, but okay. That's still funny.
You don't remember Kurt
He was
Cobain's comedy
hilarious.
album?
It was hilarious.
Did very heady stuff. It was good.
Maybe that's a Kurt Metzger fan and he couldn't know sounds.
Thomas Kenny, Jim carrying the Rona. Renee Hutchison. I think she said that. Yeah, never mind. We had that one. Hot Diggity Laura, Steve Redsetter.
Nice.
If I go out in the sun for 30 seconds.
To the rescue, Lisa tramps with Nelly and Snoop and Kanye and T.I. and DL and Arsenio and BT and even Lavelle. David Levy, Carrot Chop. Jen Winklepleck, Josh Blue Waffle.
Oh. Do not Google that. Do not Google that.
No, do not.
Shannon Savage, Helen DeGeneres. And then she also had Tweak Davidson. He didn't like that one. Did he?
Yeah. Henry Horse does not like Ellen DeGeneres. Jesus. Did Henry Horse work on her show or something? Why is he so mad at her?
Not cool.
And then Gabriel ate some ass. After he killed
What was the last part?
it says Gabriel ate some ass after he kills Budget Chicken.
Is Rod Duke paying for entries now?
And last one, Steve Hot Tenders.
Chicken will be the bane of my existence.
All right, very cool.
Oh, wait,
There's some
no.
really-
One last one from Alexander Breyer. Aziz, I'm sorry for screaming.
I like it. All right, I liked Christopher Tightass a lot. I liked Rodney Stranger Danger, Bert Chrysler, but I think I got to go with Richard Fire, because that's the one I didn't get for a second. And when I don't get a joke that's really good, I really like it. So Richard Fire is my vote. Comics. Rob, who do you like? What was your favorite?
Pass. You're going to come back to me.
Okay.
I had some submissions.
We'll do those once we vote. We'll do
I defer to Rob.
Oh, God damn it.
Go back to him.
All right, host will vote on this one.
We'll just do host votes since comics can't get their shit together.
I didn't realize I was a part of it. I didn't.
I had a vote, so.
I just
Which
want to put
vote
Rob
is-
on the spot. I had a.
If you had a vote, let us know what it was. Jared, what was yours?
Roseanne Barr from television.
Oh, that was good.
All right. Cool. Any other comedians have one?
Richard Fryer was great, and I just want to throw in there Dane Cooked. Thank you so much. And good night.
I'm just
All
glad
right,
Danny finally found a place.
Right. The skeeters were getting him, so he had to come inside.
Somehow it's darker inside.
I am working under restrictions here.
You had witness protection? Why are you all cloudy? So, Rachel, what was your vote?
I liked Roseanne Bard from ABC.
Okay, Ben.
I liked Richard Pyro.
Me too.
All right. Steve, I don't know if you can cobble that together and vote and pick a winner, but that's your job.
Richard Fire almost had me. But I gotta go Roseanne Bard from ABC. Perfectly timely, nicely done. Love it. That's the
I
winner.
have one.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, Camilla, what
all
you
right.
got?
Add to it too late. And I don't really believe he did it, but what about Chris Pedo-Elia?
Fucking dark as Camilla gotten. Holy shit.
You met me?
We lived together for 2 weeks. I had no idea.
Well, that's because I was sick the whole time and I wasn't my normal, like, happy, dark self.
Yeah. You were sick, so you were smiling.
I pronounced it wrong. I meant, like, Chris Ped.
We
Yeah, we got it.
Figured it out.
Well, I know.
Figured it out
Get
from
it.
the context.
Oh, no, I would
Chris
like to
Rock,
point
right?
out. Could I quickly point out that I'm really weirdly good at anagrams, and if you rearrange the letters in Steve's name, you can spell hottest free vest, which just seems really fitting if you know. You're welcome. Yes, I had a lonely childhood, in case you didn't care.
Any other comics have any? Any other comics?
Did anybody? Sorry, did anybody say Louis see me jerk off?
You did
Yes,
just
but
now.
We all loved it so much. That we
Louis
laughed like
see me jerk off.
I've got one.
This,
All right, Brett.
Go ahead.
Carrot bottom.
There we go.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a thinker.
This won't ruin him, but Oxford, comma, and Drew Rivers. That's where that goes.
With his fan base, that would ruin it.
I have a few. I have like 7.
All right.
Here we go. Bill Engvall Cosby. Dave, don't ask, don't tell. Jeff Epstein Ross.
Oh my God.
It's more pedophile, but he's also more Jewish, so it kind of evens out. Dom Erection. Chris the pedophile. Brian Catcallin. Brett Fuck.
Yes, he do.
Louis C.K. Anderson.
Louis C.K. Anderson is great.
And Richard Pryor conviction.
I love that on that list. He's like also Brett.
Also Brett.
And just the least clever one of them. Just like, fuck you, Brett. That's my.
No, it's the best.
My last one.
Brett
Fuck is
shit.
the best name.
All right. Ben,
I have
Bowers,
one.
Rachel, do you have any?
I have one. Dave Genital.
Nice. I've got 3 actually.
Wait,
I've got.
What comic is that? What comic is?
Rachel, Ben's asking what
It
comic
was
that
David Tell. Genital.
Oh.
Good. You can't even pronounce your own right.
Own entry? You pronounce your own entry.
To be honest, Ben, I also didn't know, but I figured the show's been running long, so I'm just like.
I need to get out of here, but I can't let it lie.
I had 3. I had Weird Alcoholic Yankovic, Bill Cosplay Sleeping Beauty, and Patrice O'Meal.
Oh God. Ben, you got any?
I got 10.
All right.
How many you got, Steve?
None.
None?
Show's
It's
running
already been
long.
about him enough. It's a long show. So he's
Yeah,
taking
I
that
don't
off.
need. I don't need this. That's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, we still
Okay.
got Lady.
Let me just fly through some of these here. I've got Dick Pryors,
Nice.
Dave Acapella, Steve Hofstetter retractable awnings.
That's good.
Jerry Steinfeld, Rodney Very Safefield, John Nipples, Ditch Hedberg on heroin, Joan Drew Rivers, I Did a Lizard, and my last one, Chris Paper.
That's an improvement. Paper cup is wrong.
Troy's Rock.
All right.
All right. We got Rachel. Do we have anything to catch up with?
Yeah, we do. We have a lot. So we have, let's see. Oingo Boingo, long last name, $5. Happy birthday, Steve. Also, I caught Wednesday's show late, and congrats to Rachel for the lessons on how to say my name. Also, some words in parentheses. We had
Learning.
David Stokes, $5. Happy birthday, Steve. Coming to Lexington to see you live next year.
Thank you, David.
Brett Druck tipped the show and said, ask Radu if his hair has gotten longer or if that's shirts.
Dude is just a snowman made of shirts.
Yeah, you know the cake thing when you cut inside and it's cake. Sure.
Yeah.
We also
He's just a pile of shirts selling hats. That's hilarious.
Tesha Whitman tipped the show and said, Ben, this just proves next time you run for president, you need to hire Jared. He's a better press secretary. He knows how to market. Fired.
Unfortunately for Jared, he helped with our campaign too. So we all tried, which is
Jerry Kennedy tipped the show and said, oops, I thought the game was a celebrity, not a comedian. My bad.
Worries, we appreciate it.
Brett Steinbeck, $5. How is Ben's slogan not Gleib 2020? Taste the chutzpah by Ron Gould.
Chutzpah.
Say that again.
When you say it. What is it?
Aren't you Jewish, Rachel?
No,
Oh.
It's not really.
But you've met some.
Surely you know what a Jewish person is.
In the movies and television.
I don't watch the show.
You guys have never met Rachel Goyam before?
hot tub on the back of a train. What is that?
Guys, I will say I have never heard the amount of chutzpah it took to pronounce it.
Shake it till cloudy, y'all. Shake it till cloudy.
Chutzpah sounds like a 1920s racial slur.
Look at this gang.
It sound-
Look at this gang of chutzpahs.
It sounds like where you go to steam your vagina, your chutzpah.
It's a Korean shoot spa. I like it.
We'll
By the way,
steam your pussy.
Jeremy Davis
Shoot
put in the
spa.
chat Lucille ball gag, which I think I would have voted for if he didn't.
Oh yeah. And last tip for the show, Matthew Beto, $50, and said you all do great stuff. So thanks,
Awesome.
Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you much,
Thank
Matt.
you.
All right, I think it's time for Leedy. Can we see
Time
Leedy?
for Leedy.
Here we go. By the way, I love the French beret. Are you doing the character Ben does? Is that what the?
Yeah, I am. I'm the Ben Karen, Care Ben. Here's Adam being harassed about the Oxford comma.
By the way, I love that you made Adam look like he's 60 years old. That makes
I know. Don't tell him. No one show him. And then there's Ben and Chrissy messing with the waiter, who I made Steve in this case. And Steve. And they both look very devious. Here is Brett and Steve after they were recognized, and the guy is thinking, was that Edward Snowden? Here is Ben being way too happy about his stuff hanging from the ceiling.
Oh God, it's the box, the vintage lady, and everything. That's fantastic.
Oh, look at the stuff. That's perfect stuff.
And then here was Brett breakdancing in front of Steve. I think I'll put that guy.
I saw Brett dancing, and I was like, "You could probably do comedy."
Here was the Gus dressed as Steve committing to the beard. Here was Jarrett as Princess Jarrett.
Oh, lovely.
Princess.
That's wonderful.
I got attitude.
Here was Evil Bowers as a chicken about to murder you.
And then to celebrate his victory, he fries himself.
I made a special birthday acrylic of Steve.
Whoa.
Oh,
wow.
Oh
That's
my God.
amazing.
I also made all of the guests in the show superheroes from DC.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Holy
Sweet.
shit.
Cool.
Steve
Hey,
is
Leady's
Batman.
new to me. This is awesome.
Wow.
This is so good.
This is unbelievable.
Jarrett is Cyborg. Oh, thanks so much.
Because of my mic, probably. And not because I have the emotions of a robot.
Andrew is Robin because he's Steve's sidekick. Tag yourself.
Aquaman.
Batman. Aquaman Bowers.
Is that because he refuses to eat fish?
No, he smells like the sea.
I'm actually a very good swimmer. I'm actually a very good swimmer.
And that's it from me.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
Those are
That was
awesome.
great, Leedy.
Those were so good.
Wow.
Wow.
Very cool.
Wow.
Good. Very good.
Great. So I think we're at the end. Comics. Where do we find you guys? Where do we follow you around? Just anybody wants to. Yeah.
You can follow me at Brett Druck on anything, but check out my podcast with actually Jarrett Berenstein and Rob Ryan. We just launched last week, and it's called Is This Anything? You can find it on YouTube. We have a new episode every Monday, and you can listen to it on any podcast platform that you stream podcasts from. It's my first time doing this.
You nailed it.
You can follow me at Danny Jollis, and you can phone bank. It's important. Thank you.
Yes.
Who said that?
Oh, hello. I'm Jarrett Bernstein. I agree with phone banking. You can check out all my stuff at jarrettbernstein.com. And the podcast Is This Anything with Brett Druck and Rob Ryan.
Nice.
Hi, I'll be phone banking for Trump. If you can. The president needs your help right now. The president needs your help. It's a tough race. No. Just go to stevehofstetter.com and buy shirts or books or whatever. It keeps Steve in business, which in turn keeps me in business. You guys get capitalism. And follow me at Twitter and Instagram if you can spell my name. I won't spell it for you. Goodbye.
Yes, we do. It's trickle-down economics that works. Please keep supporting Steve. If you'd like to follow me directly, it's at Rob Ryan Rocks. That's all my handles. And I do the same podcast, Is This Anything, with Brett Truck and Jarrett Berenstein. We have a blast every week.
And by the way, Rob, it is trickle-down economics because after I beat you at Top Golf, I pee on you.
So it makes me think, was he paying you for the money or to pee on you? I don't for the comedy or to pee on you. I don't know where the money was coming from. What category it goes in.
Why not both?
And I know that Camilla and Andrew had to run.
Okay.
But please check them out on their various social medias as well, which were up on the screen earlier.
Yep. And you can at Bowers Commentary find me, and you can also find me on Steve's birthday show, which starts in about 6 minutes. I think we're just gonna go right into that, right? Are we just gonna open up this Zoom to everybody? Is that what's gonna happen? Anyway, that's tonight.
No.
Check that out.
No, but our sound check starts at about 10 minutes for us and about 20 minutes for Ben.
Ben, plug yourself.
Oh, perfect. You can see me as one of the hosts of the Is This Anything podcast with every comedian ever.
That's another plug.
I will be at Steve's birthday show very soon. Very, very soon. It's going to be a blast. We're each doing 30 seconds of comedy. You think there's a lot of comedians. There's going to be an all-star lineup tonight, so please check that out. And this Sunday, once you're had a day off, if you want a game show, what's Bowers laughing at?
Because you said, hey, you thought there were comics today. There's going to be all-star comics tonight.
These losers.
So
We had an English teacher.
For this show, you're probably wanting some comedy. What you should do is the next show.
I think it's these same people mostly, but doing different jokes, and other people also. Listen, fuck you guys. I don't care. Don't. For Christ's sake.
He should have just shown us the pickles and gotten out of here.
This Sunday, you're the game show at Nowhere Comedy Club if you want to win some money and gift cards or wheel spins and trivia. And we have Dan Mintz, who's Tina from Bob's Burgers. Please get a ticket. And also this.
Steve, anything you're going to promote other than your show tonight?
Nah, just come see the show tonight. I think a lot of people here already have the tickets, but if not, you can get them at nowherecomedyclub.com. And this was awesome, and I'll talk about that more in the goodbye.
All right, cool. Well, comics, thanks for being here. We'll see you next time on the show. You guys are great. Same thing for the audience. We love you guys. Appreciate you being here. All the love, all the backgrounds and stuff, and all the inside jokes are great. A dildo hanging from the ceiling is one of my favorite things that's ever happened in the whole world. so nice job. I didn't have to interrupt it this time. Well, that was nice. I'm glad you guys are here, and we will see you tomorrow. Rachel, got anything to catch up on?
No, we're caught up, so I'll just see you guys at Steve's show in an hour.
All right, sounds good. Same thing. I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm glad football's back.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, Ben? Did Ben leave?
Left.
You're by yourself. Bye.
Is it gonna be early for sound check?
I didn't know. Hi, thank you. I love you, Steve. You should close the show, okay?
All right, I'll close the show tonight. For the fans who did all the backgrounds and everything, that was incredible. I didn't even get to see all of them up close, so please take a picture and send it to me because it's awesome, and I want to do a whole gallery of them on my Instagram. You guys are absolutely wonderful. This is some of the most fun I've had in a very, very long time. You guys were just so wonderful. Thanks to all the comics, not just for being on the show, but being, with me all these years. To my co-hosts, you guys are the best and have made this all tolerable. It's wonderful because I live in LA. My family lives all over the world. I have not seen a single family member in over 6 months. And so it was really, really nice not just to see Adam on this, but to spend my birthday with family. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. You made this a hell of a day, and let's do it again for the next 2 hours.
Happy birthday.
What's in your heart?
See you in the box.